My beloved soul, something is shifting around you right now. Don't look away. Don't scroll. What you are feeling in your chest, this pressure, this pull, is not anxiety, it is assignment. A call has been issued from the higher realms, and it has landed directly at your feet. There is someone who has reached the end of their strength, someone whose spirit is unraveling behind closed doors, and heaven has chosen you as the intervention that saves them. This is not a coincidence. This is not an accident. You are hearing these words because destiny just turned its face toward you. You think you found this message, but the truth is, this message found you. There is a soul, trembling in silence, who whispered the most desperate prayer of their life last night. They begged for a sign that they should keep going. They begged for proof that God had not forgotten them. And the answer was not thunder, or lightning, or a booming voice from the sky. The answer was you. The answer is your presence, your compassion, your willingness to step forward when everyone else turned away. Heaven has weighed hearts, and yours was the only one calibrated to carry this mission. Do not underestimate what is happening here. The timing is surgical. The precision is divine. This is the moment your life quietly pivots into a higher dimension of purpose and power. And the one thing that determines what happens next is simple: whether you keep listening. Before we go deeper, write the words, "I am ready," not for me, not for others watching, but as a spiritual signature. When you declare it, something begins unlocking inside you. Your future starts shifting into alignment. The chains around your finances, your relationships, your mind, begin to crack. By agreeing to help this person, you are unknowingly choosing the doorway to your own restoration. Because whether you see it or not, the person who needs you is the hinge on which your future swings. They are standing at the edge of a decision that could destroy them, or save them, and your voice, your attention, your compassion is the deciding factor. God did not pick you because you are the strongest. He picked you because you are the one who still feels. You still care when others numb themselves. Your empathy is proof of your spiritual authority, and heaven is about to use it like a key. Listen, the enemy has been trying to wrap their life in darkness. But the moment you choose to step in, that darkness loses jurisdiction. Where you stand, the devil cannot. Where you speak, the lie collapses. Your willingness to help is not charity, it is high-level spiritual warfare disguised as kindness. And here is the secret nobody told you. Their rescue is the trigger that unlocks your breakthrough. When you lift them, heaven lifts you. When you save them, the future you've been begging God for begins to save you right back. You have been praying for a sign, for guidance, for a miracle that proves your struggle was not wasted. This is that sign. This is the instruction tied to your elevation. If you want to stay synced with this frequency, if you want the path to stay visible and the guidance to keep flowing, tap subscribe so you never miss the next prophetic alert heaven is pushing toward you. Not for hype. Not for vanity. But because the instructions coming after this are blueprint level, and you cannot afford to miss them. Breathe. Because the revelation is about to sharpen. You already know who this person is. Their face flickers in your mind like a candle in the dark. Someone you thought was unbreakable. Someone who never asks for help. Someone whose silence has been louder than their words. They are fighting battles that would have destroyed lesser souls, and they are losing ground. They are drowning. They are waiting for a lifeline. And heaven is whispering your name as the rope. Your heart is being summoned. This is more than compassion. This is covenant. And the moment you step toward them, the atmosphere around your life will begin to rearrange. Don't move. Don't break focus. The moment you said you were ready, something shifted. A door you could not see opened in the spiritual realm, and the path ahead of you began to illuminate, one silent step at a time. Don't underestimate that. Most people hear a calling and hesitate. But you, something in your spirit leaned forward. That is why heaven keeps choosing you. That is why the weight of this moment rests on your shoulders. A miracle is now tethered to your name, waiting for activation. The person you are being led to help is standing at the edge of surrender. Their strength has run out. Their hope has thinned to a thread. They are considering decisions that would change everything, in ways that cannot be undone. And heaven has watched long enough. This is the interception point. This is the moment where God uses you as the living proof that they are not abandoned. Your voice, your check-in, your presence, it is the divine interruption that stops the fall. Listen closely. Your obedience is about to rewrite both of your lives. When you step in to help, heaven steps in to restore. When you reach out, angels reach out to you. This exchange is not symbolic, it is mechanical. Your action triggers a release, like a key turning inside a lock that has been sealed for years. Blessings that were delayed begin moving. Opportunities that were stuck begin loosening. Financial blockages start melting. Pain that sat heavy in your chest begins to lift like steam into the air. Because the miracle coming to your life is scheduled, but it is your compassion that authorizes the delivery. They are not a stranger. They are not random. Their spirit has been entangled with yours since the beginning. You crossed paths for a reason, even if you didn't see it then. They hold information, connection, or spiritual value that unlocks something dormant inside you. They are the missing piece, not the whole puzzle, but the one corner that makes everything else finally make sense. The enemy is terrified that you are hearing this right now. Because once you understand the link between their rescue and your elevation, the darkness loses leverage. The chains around your future begin to weaken. You become unpredictable to every force that wanted you stagnant. You become unavailable to every cycle that once held you back. Pause. Listen to your intuition. Someone's face just surfaced in your mind. That is not imagination. That is identification. Heaven is highlighting the soul whose suffering echoes in the chambers of your spirit. They may be proud. They may be distant. They may pretend they're fine. But there is a fracture in their foundation, and only your voice can reach the crack. You carry the frequency that their soul responds to. This is why you couldn't forget them. This is why they pop into your thoughts at random times. This is why your heart aches when you think of them. Your spirit recognized the assignment before your mind understood it. And now, the old timeline is loosening its grip. A new one waits, shimmering like light on water. The shift begins the moment you decide to act. Reach out with a message. Make the call. Ask if they're okay. You don't need the perfect words, your sincerity is the miracle. Speak, and the atmosphere will change. Move, and the chain will break. Show up, and heaven will show up with you. If you feel that pull, if this is resonating with places inside you that logic can't explain, let it happen. Let the assignment anchor. You are being aligned with a destiny upgrade so large it cannot fit into the life you have known so far. If you haven't yet, subscribe now, not for algorithm, not for numbers, but because each message that follows is a breadcrumb on the path out of this season. Missing one could cost clarity. Staying connected keeps your steps lit. Your breakthrough is not waiting for your perfection. It is waiting for your participation. Stay with me. The next piece is crucial. Something in you is awakening. You feel it, don't you? A pressure. A pull. A quiet urgency beneath the ribs. That is not fear. That is recognition. Your spirit knows before your mind does, this moment is sacred. Your next decision is not small. It is directional. It is a turning point that alters the trajectory of two lives at once, yours and the one who is silently unraveling. Every second you stay here, your discernment sharpens. Every word you receive calibrates your intuition. You are being prepared. There is a battle playing out around this person that no one else can see. The enemy has been orchestrating isolation, convincing them that no voice would answer if they cried out. But heaven is sending you as the contradiction to that lie. You are the divine rebuttal. The spiritual counterattack. The living proof that God still interrupts hopelessness with help. Pay attention. They are closer to the edge than you realize. Not because they are weak, but because they had to be strong for too long. They are wounded in places no one asks about. They are carrying debts no one sees, emotional or otherwise. They smile with their mouth but not their eyes. And the truth is, they are slipping. Their foundation is cracking. Their faith is flickering. Their identity is eroding under the weight of the battle. And yet somehow, miraculously, they trust you. Even if they've never said it. Even if distance, pride, or circumstance built walls between you. Their soul opens when yours speaks. That is why you were chosen. You are the only one whose presence would not feel like judgment. The only one whose voice would not feel like a weapon. The only one whose compassion feels like oxygen. This is deeper than charity. This is spiritual architecture. You are rebuilding a life that hell tried to demolish. And now, listen carefully, there is a reward tied to your response. Not as payment, but as principle. When you restore what darkness tried to break, heaven restores what life tried to steal from you. The blessing waiting for you is proportionate to the weight you are willing to lift off of them. The speed at which you help them is the speed at which your own breakthrough will move toward you. What has been delayed will accelerate. What has been stagnant will surge. What has been tangled will loosen. Because their rescue is the trigger. Your obedience is the ignition. The miracle is the combustion. Do you feel that surge in your chest? That warmth? That clarity? It is confirmation. Your spirit is saying, yes, this is the moment. Yes, this is the call. Yes, this is the soul. And heaven speaks in alignment, not confusion. When you think of them, something in the air changes. Your thoughts feel guided. Your emotions feel pointed. It is not nostalgia, it is spiritual direction. A notification is coming. A message. A sign. A memory. It may be subtle or sudden, but it will be undeniable. You will know. And when it arrives, take action. Even a small gesture will open a massive gate. A check-in. A question. A simple, I was thinking about you, are you okay? That one sentence may be the rope that pulls them back from the edge. Your role is not to fix them, your role is to reach them. Heaven will handle the healing. And as for you, your blessing has been waiting, fully formed, like a sunrise behind a thick cloud. One act of obedience, one moment of compassion, one yes, and the cloud breaks. Light floods in. Doors you thought were sealed begin to unlock. Debts begin to loosen. Health begins to regulate. Opportunities begin to locate you. People begin to favor you. Rooms you've prayed to enter invite you in. Understand this. Helping them does not drain you. It activates you. This moment does not take from your future, it delivers you to it. What you give away returns multiplied. What you release is replaced with abundance. That is the divine economy. That is the law of spiritual exchange. And your life is about to be the proof. Stay with me. The next section reveals the shift that happens after you reach out, what heaven releases, what the enemy loses, and what alignment rushes toward you like a flood. The moment you reach out to them, whether with a message, a call, a visit, or a prayer whispered through trembling hope, the atmosphere will shift so noticeably that it may feel physical. You may feel a lightness in your chest, warmth on your skin, or a sudden emotional clarity. That is not imagination. That is the spiritual pressure around your destiny releasing. That is heaven confirming alignment. That is the sound of a closed door unlocking from the inside. Because when you move toward them, heaven moves toward you. The blessings that have been hovering over your life like planes waiting to land finally receive clearance. The opportunities circling your future finally descend. Your name, which has been paused in places of influence, begins to move again. People who dismissed you suddenly remember you. Resources that avoided you begin searching for you. Rooms you once felt unworthy to enter start opening. You do not force the shift, your obedience triggers it. Understand this. Your act of reaching out is not an interruption. It is activation. There are angels connected to your name who have been waiting for your yes. They are waiting for that moment when compassion overrides hesitation, when purpose overrides fear, when destiny overrides doubt. And once you choose to align with this assignment, those angels are released to begin rearranging the conditions of your life in real time. Expect acceleration. Expect sudden clarity. Expect favor that does not match your resume. Because stepping into your calling is what causes heaven to step into your circumstance. And let me reveal something deeper. This person is holding a spiritual key that belongs to you. They've carried it unknowingly, through heartbreak, through trial, through loss. Their suffering has been guarding something that was meant to bless you. When you help them rise, they return the key without even realizing it. That key may come as information, an opportunity, a connection, a confession, or a single sentence that unlocks years of confusion. A door in your life has been waiting for their restoration. God did not tie your blessings to their struggle to punish you. It was to protect both of you. You needed to grow strong enough to carry what comes next. They needed to be humbled enough to receive help when it arrives. Now the alignment is here. Now the moment has ripened. Now heaven is leaning in. Let me warn you gently, the enemy will try to interfere. Not with thunder. Not with chaos. But with distraction. A small inconvenience. A sudden doubt. A voice that whispers, "It's not your problem." A memory that tries to convince you they don't deserve your compassion. But understand, resistance is proof of importance. The devil does not guard empty rooms. He guards treasure. And you are standing at the entrance of one. You will not be alone when you reach out. God will speak through you. Words will come that you didn't prepare. Strength will rise that you didn't rehearse. Insight will flow that you never studied. Your voice will feel guided, like it isn't coming from you but through you. And the moment you finish speaking to them, you will know, without question, that you were chosen for this. Not by coincidence. Not by circumstance. By heaven. And as this rescue unfolds, something beautiful happens. The blessings attached to your life stop hiding. The breakthrough stops waiting. Money stuck in limbo begins to release. Health issues that felt impossible begin to shift. Legal or financial blockages begin to bend in your favor. What once felt like a curse begins to collapse under the weight of grace. Your family line, the one that has struggled for decades, comes under new management. Generational patterns break where compassion enters. Old spiritual debts are wiped where mercy is offered. A new lineage begins the moment you become the intervention someone else prayed for. If you are still here, it is because heaven is still speaking. And if heaven is still speaking, it means the window is still open. But windows do not stay open forever. Alignment has a clock. Opportunity has a pulse. A door can close when the moment passes. Do not let hesitation cost you the promise. If this message is resonating down to your bones, anchor it. Protect it. Type, "I step into my assignment" to declare your alignment. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, not as a follower, but as a participant. You are not meant to stand outside this miracle. You are meant to walk straight into it. Something enormous is waiting on the other side of your yes. Breathe, because this is where everything converges. This is the moment all the signs, all the intuition, all the spiritual pressure starts making sense. The person you are being called to help is not a random detour. They are a turning point. They are the intersection where your obedience collides with your elevation. And once you step toward them, a chain reaction begins, one that will not end until the blessings meant for you have fully manifested in your hands. This final section is not just meant to be heard. It is meant to be activated. There is a hidden alignment at work here. The moment you reach out to them, your timeline recalibrates. Your prayers begin to take form. Something that was once stuck begins to travel toward you with speed, like destiny remembering where you live. The stagnation breaks. The fog lifts. The energy around your name changes. Heaven starts to funnel opportunities in your direction as if someone opened a valve in the sky. One message from you could be the rescue rope that pulls them back from the brink. And one moment of compassion could be the exact key that unlocks the door you've been beating on for years. This isn't theoretical. It's mechanical. Heaven doesn't respond to intention. Heaven responds to action. And the moment you act, the machinery of your future starts to move again. There is something they hold that will surprise you. It may be knowledge, a connection, an apology, a confession, or a resource. It may be access to a door you didn't know existed. Or it may simply be the moment of reconnection that returns a piece of yourself that you lost when life broke you. Because helping them is not just about saving them, it is about retrieving the fragments of your own power that you abandoned in old battles. This is not a one-way mission. It is a divine exchange. They will rise, and so will you. They will breathe again, and so will you. They will find clarity, and so will you. They will stand on solid ground again, and so will you. Your act of obedience becomes the moment the generational struggle ends. The spiritual drought breaks. The cycle of almost but never quite finally dissolves. The invisible ceiling over your finances, your relationships, your healing, your confidence, shatters. Because compassion is not weakness. It is a weapon. It is the blade that cuts through the spiritual ropes tied to your progress. It is the currency that heaven multiplies without limit. You are being watched right now, not by the world, but by angels assigned to your lineage. They are measuring not your wealth, but your willingness. Not your perfection, but your posture. And the moment you move, the moment you act, the moment you decide, I am the one who shows up, they are authorized to release what has been held. That's why you couldn't ignore this message. That's why something in your spirit refused to scroll past. That's why your chest feels heavy and hopeful at the same time. You are standing at the front door of destiny. And listen closely, because this is the final instruction. Reach out. Even if your voice shakes. Check on them. Even if you feel unprepared. Help them. Even if the enemy hisses that it's not your job. Because the truth is, your future is not waiting for a perfect version of you. It is waiting for the brave version of you. When this message ends, the signs will begin, a notification that feels out of place. A name resurfacing. A memory that won't let go. A pull to check on someone, for no reason. There is a reason. You are the reason. And as you step into this assignment, I speak this over you, may doors open without effort. May favor locate you like a guided arrow. May debt dissolve like smoke. May healing touch your bloodline. May your name be spoken in rooms where blessings are decided. May what was lost return with interest. May what broke you become what crowns you. You are not stepping into someone else's miracle. You are stepping into your own. And if you feel this truth in your spirit, if it vibrates in your ribs like something ancient and familiar, anchor it now. Type, I step into my calling. Those words are not a comment. They are a covenant. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, so the guidance that was meant for you never has to chase you again. The door is open. The assignment is active. The blessing is inbound. Go. Help them. And watch heaven help you, louder, faster, greater than you ever imagined.